Welcome back to Croner Street, Nick. Big drive down from Sydney.
It doesn't seem like 40 years, Lee. It seems like about 40 beers.
Okay. When did you get down?
I arrived in Melbourne yesterday, snuck past the border guards.
Yes.
Middle of the night, there's no one around, so here I am.
Fantastic. By yourself?
On my own, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good to be back.
Great to be back. It's probably 10 years since I've seen some cricket here. It's fantastic. The ground looks terrific. Unfortunately, not a good outcome for our boys, I think. But hopefully next time we'll do better. It's fantastic the way things are. Good to see everyone. People seem to have got a lot older.
Yeah, it's
more than I can sort of remember. You and I look okay, but yeah, that's right. And possibly maybe next time some James Squire.
I think definitely.
Well matured.
Have a great night.
Appreciate it. Thanks, mate.
The PRM has made its return. Look at the shirt. Look at it. From the 70s. We've got a...
You've got it all wrinkled. Didn't get the iron out this morning.
Is this Martin Gregory?
It is.
Lovely to meet you, Martin.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Martin will have a new shirt for you.
Thank you very much.
You can wear that for the next 15 years.
I will say one thing about this wonderful club, that I have played under 5 great captains at this club, but the culture of this club is what is the most important thing, because the most important thing I've got out of it, I might have got a bit of success, but it's all the wonderful people I've played with and played against. Those friendships, more important than anything, and that's what a culture of a club is, and that's what's important. And this bloke is right up there.
Did you bring the VW tonight, mate?
No, I didn't. But don't worry, there's something in there that's coming out later.
Okay. All right. Have a good night.
Good on you.
Okay, up on stage with us, I need no introduction, of course. We've got Sean Day. Shane Day, sorry, no introduction. Steve Malloy, who is now coaching out at Essendon. And Scotty Harvey, wicketkeeper, magnificent through the entire 90s period. Saw every ball bowled in the championship. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Lee.
Scotty, you saw them all. Which was the best?
Oh, I think the first one, Lee, obviously, for me, having been at the club by that period of time for close to 10 years, and experiencing a lot of success in the twos with the club in general. I think it's been said by a lot of people, we had a wealth of talent through the club, and the seconds were, I was very fortunate because I was stuck behind Nort, who was keeping in the ones, and for good reason. So I played 100 games in the twos before I ended up having a couple of games when Nort was injured, but I played 100 games in the twos, and through that period I had played in 4 consecutive premierships in the twos. And I think we only won, I can be corrected by anyone, but I think we only won one championship out of the 4 grand finals. That's probably because we were at the pub for the best part of it. But the first one would have been under Dale, the chipper, I think. Yes, correct. And then a couple with Dave Norris, and then also with Groucho, and then sort of found my way in the ones. So I was lucky there. But then to get the first win in the ones was, really tremendous reward, because, the twos were having this sort of, ridiculous run, and we'd always see the ones just, sort of trip up at the last hurdle, which was always difficult to come back and experience. And to their credit, they held their own, and would just regroup and go again the next year. But it's already been said tonight, just didn't sort of get over the line. So when we got to 91, 92, and just some cosmetic change to the team, it all just gelled and came together. So I think for me personally, that first one. Mm-hmm. And then I guess from a personal family perspective, the last one, because obviously my brother Steve had come back to the club from his district days, and it was terribly hard on Steve because you know, here I was experiencing all that success, and he was off playing for North Melbourne and had been in the losing grand finals and missed the winning ones. So to have him back for the winning one in the 96-97 was terrific. Yeah. So, what about yourself, Molly? I mean, obviously you were here for the last one, but in coming across from their arch rivals, yeah.
Yes, Scott. Well, that that was an interesting the way I got to Preston, and looking back, it was 8 years of absolute joy. But I had a desire to coach, and things didn't work out on the other side of Sydney Road the year before, and your brother and that man with that funny Preston jumper on, which got a lot of holes in it, made some inquiries, and then through Dick and whatever, we found our way to Preston. So I think the club the year before I got here had a struggling year. It was a bit of a developing year.
That would have been under Steve-O.
Yeah. But and, you know, I'm the sort of guy that's always been up for a challenge and played against a lot of these guys, and you know, with Ronnie and Ravi a few times, of course, and Killer. So certainly in Chipper, of course, we've had a few run-ins over the years. So coming from the other side of Sydney Road to here was going to be interesting. But you know, I had a desire to coach and a desire to compete. And one thing I've always valued with the Preston guys when we played against them was that you always got a bloody hard game, no matter what you played, where you were on the ladder. The game was always played hard, fair, sometimes, but generally the game was hard. And you know, and I think that's where the respect comes from the two clubs that I've been connected with, and I just found that coming here, one thing for certain, they'd always be having a go. Someone would be putting in, we wouldn't be taking a backward step, and I certainly was a person that encouraged that along the way, and was lucky, was fortunate that we were able to build very quickly. You know, some guys that come into the team, and some younger guys like Days and that had come up as well from underneath, and some recruits that had come in. And you know, Ports followed me over from Brunswick, so it was an interesting period, and just very fortunate. I look back now after all these years, and you know, to miss finals, I think maybe once out of 8 years I was here, was you know, an amazing effort. So hats off to everyone who was involved, and you know, and obviously what's pleasing now is that I can see the clubs on the rise again. So which is even better. So, but getting to know people like Shane, well, Daisy, what do you recall from all those years when you had me as your coach?
A lot of hangovers. I've got to be honest, I don't recall a lot. Cricket was one of those sports, I loved it as a kid, hated it when I played it, and now I love it again, though I don't play it. But I recall some things, but I have unfortunately forgotten a lot, unfortunately. But I recall probably the biggest and my happiest memories, I think it was 99-2000 against Willie. Kevin Lowe took the catch at long on. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Yeah. That's probably my greatest memory, because we were in all sorts, and I remember Runga and Gamini kept us in that, and Runga's that final over, I think Willie needed maybe 18 off that over, thereabouts, and that was probably that championship victory was easily my personal greatest memory from the sport. But I mostly remember people and the love of this club more than games. I don't remember individual games or anything like that. It's all just a blur to me, but I remember people, and I love this place, and mostly that's it. People like Aaron Weir will always bring up individual games or performances. I've got no memory. Now, I'm not willing to blame alcohol yet, but I think it's played its part probably. But it's not. It could be CTE. I've taken a few tumbles in my time. I was once intelligent. I don't know, but maybe that's gone. But it could be alcohol. But honestly, I remember people that loved the club and some, but 99, 2000. That game versus who were fantastic individual players. I remember them very well. But what was the question?